Permission to report, Lord Captain. I keep receiving messages about strange behaviors in certain ship systems. All decks report the uncontrollable opening and closing of doors, gates, and airlocks. They behave erratically and do not obey the operations of command. Regrettably, this has led to casualties among the crew. The tech priests have explained that these phenomena are being caused by the machine spirit's irascibility and have spent hours chanting litanies to soothe their anger. Unfortunately, many crew members were badly injured before the prayers could stabilize the systems. The tranquility of the warp jump was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel. The sound of nails scratching against the holes and the elongated Aeldari-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena were most prominent in the far corner of the officer deck, where the new Lord Captain's companion, named Yrliet, had made her home. The ship left the hostile Imatrium and returned to real space. Flood victims. It appears that a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from orbit. The debris that did not burn up in the atmosphere is now blocking the flow of the mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding the nearby valley. A herd of large hoofed rodents has gathered along the riverbanks. If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. The Lord Captain orders the removal of the space debris from the riverbed. It's a long and laborious process, but the animals will have a chance to survive. The word of the fondness for weird animals is spreading. It takes many planetary turns and hundreds of crew members to remove the heap of trash and unclog the river, letting the waters flow freely once more. The rodents run back to their pastures without so much as a backward glance at the people who saved them. That's fine by me. I don't mind. Lord Captain, I hasten to report this disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Urak 5. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. Okay. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions, and the void ship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits, enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to the crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Football. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Wursarian directly. If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Aeldari is in a foul mood and is moving toward the captain's bridge. We didn't dare stop her, but I expect that you will have difficult conversation ahead of you. Great.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak.
Yrliet quietly appears beside the throne, exhaustion and anger set upon her brow.
Azurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures? And still,
Yrliet touches her spirit stone and her face
one
twists with
monkey's
genuine
stunt has
disgust.
caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Were you truly offended by it? I don't know. Are you truly so offended?
Try to imagine, Elantak, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
Yrliet is so overwhelmed with emotion that her body starts to tremble. Jeez, some of these options are crazy. For you, I'm willing to become a wild animal or a docile pet. Oh, where's the other one? So I don't have a chance either then. Oh, goodness. I understand that this incident was unpleasant for you, but it does not mean that all humans are animals.
No. Your kind, simple souls and narrow minds are the root of all these flaws.
Goodness me, I can't tell who's the racist
Narrow
one.
minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild
Half closing
animals.
her eyes, she adds her words barely audible.
I am prepared to pay this price to find my kin, but everything has its limit.
Perhaps you would stop insulting the human race at every turn? Maybe? It could help.
Your species is sensitive to the truth. I will have to remember that.
Yrliet considers this, then nods, more to herself than you. I mean, I understand people's solitude, but hers is more disgust, right? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I do not think you fully understand human thoughts and actions. It will take time, but I can help you make sense of them. I hope this isn't a thirst option.
I have walked the path of awakening, Elantark, and learned to see that which is hidden and hear that which is unspoken. When I found myself on the Lilithon, I watched your kind long enough to understand the true nature of Monkey. I do not think you can tell me anything I do not already know. Nevertheless, I will not protest. Conversations with you are the only thing on this ship that can ease my solitude.
Casting a fleeting gaze at the officers on the bridge, she lets out a weird sigh. Sometimes we struggle to understand the motives behind our own actions.
It was emotions that once brought down my kind, Elantark, toppling us from our pedestal as rulers of the galaxy. Indulging your weaknesses or whims does not make your species any more attractive.
You are Xenos, a strange and unknown creature, and humans strive to understand the unknown, for the unknown is the most frightening thing of all.
Had any of them wished to understand my nature, they would have already run away in fear from one who walks the path of the outcast. But they are just trying to provoke me, hurt me. No. Monkey are driven by their instincts. To survive, to breed, to ensure the preservation of their species and the annihilation of those who threaten them. It is neither good nor bad. It simply is.
All humans are different. My people's interest in you was not intended to be an insult.
Elantark, please understand that I do not find Monkey attractive. The mere thought of being intimate with one of your kind.
Yrliet breathes out heavily, trying to maintain her composure.
Our conversation has only proved my point, Elantark. That Monkey and the children of Aeldari are as different as night and day. Aeldari do not simply see the world differently. They see more than any monkey can ever comprehend.
Her slender fingers make a gesture as if she is untwisting an invisible thread. And what do you see in the world around us that I do not?
What do I see?
Yrliet gives you a thoughtful look.
Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer?
After a moment of
I will
thinking, she
need
nods.
time to put the entire truth of this world into the meager language to which your ears are accustomed. When I find my answer, I will pay you a visit.
I did not mean to start a romance with her. It just popped out with it. Okay, well, 'tis what it is. Sometimes you just stumble into it. I literally got an achievement saying you started a romance. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Okay, I need to talk to oh, here it is. Let's go to the Lord Captain's quarters. Oh, wow. I didn't even... Like, half this stuff was here. Anywho's will be. Oh, there's Cassia. Jin, Cassia.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Cassia offers you a reserved smile and waves at you in greeting. I've heard rumors that you're not getting along well with the crew. Panic flashes in her ruby red eyes, and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands go cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Cassia says in an almost whisper. Arnold. Let us go to my study. No one will disturb us there.
Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
What is it you wanted to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to your unfounded accusations about my conflicts with the crew. I cannot recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time aboard. During the warp voyage, you gave the wrong orders, which led to the vessel shifting off course and the service bay being destroyed. The messenger you rebuked butchered his own family and then killed himself. I haven't rebuked a single errand boy on this ship. Cassia ponders this for a moment. Ah, I think I remember. A kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. I grew tired of the disgusting color and advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight off his shoulders. He did not come by the next day, or ever again. During the warp voyage, you gave the wrong orders, which led you to the vessel shifting off course and the service bay being destroyed. I saw something in the warp, something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors. It came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes right there in our path. I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into a monster's gaping jaw? Would you mind telling me why you needed 100 species of bird and what you used them for? Admittedly, I am at a loss myself. The day we arrived on Footfall, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to get me a songbird, but he never asked for clarification, and shortly before we left I had a countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic and flickering tints of fear. There was a bird in every one. I was so excited I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were squeaking so piteously I let the poor things out. I even fed them my breakfast and dinner. But the stupid birds would not stop chittering even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings and defecating. I became angry, and suddenly they started pecking at each other's eyes and attacking me. Then I became afraid, and they fell over dead. I do not think I want to keep pets anymore. The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts it causes them. Some even maim themselves and others. I already told you I cannot control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned to a pariah chaperone, or will you put me in suppressing shackles? I think I've heard enough. Will you share your thoughts with me? Woes dog your steps, but we'll find a prompt way to defeat them. You have a kind soul, but have difficulty reaching out to people. I could teach you the art of communication if you would like. That would be wonderful. My education on Yrliet 5 was cut short, but I had realized by then that the wisdom of books is a poor substitute for the wisdom of experience. Very well. Since we are done with this misunderstanding, I would like to change the subject. It would only be fair for me to ask you a few questions now, wouldn't it? Cassia hesitates and continues in a less confident one. Do not mistake me. I am not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you are the most worthy interlocutor on the entire ship, and you are always so busy. What would you like to ask? I read a treatise by Pacius de Mobius very recently, who claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one, unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the low-born rabble become deluded about their prospects and rebel in favor of their debased desires. What do you make of that? Oh, the difficulty modifiers. We can try it. 41%. I need to equip my boost things. We'll try it. Yeah. Kasia shakes her head in disapproval. I was expecting a serious conversation, but you were laughing in my face. I do hope you will give me a proper answer to my second question. According to the 20 tomes penned by preacher Oistok Istefan the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock only to one pan of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers or be magnanimous in choose awe? One must be a tyrant, a friend, and a jester to one's subjects. What matters is that to clearly discern which role is required at a given moment. There's so much power in your words, power that will make me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. We may not think alike, and I do not always understand your motives, and yet, may I be candid with you? Please, do continue. I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden of the house has placed upon me. I feel I am not doing my best. Tell me how you, heir to a protectorate, can bear the responsibilities for billions of lives day after day and not stoop under all that weight. It's my duty, whether I like it or not. Thank you for your patience, Jen. You're helping me to see the world in different colors, a novel experience for me. Our conversations hold a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I am heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Oh, there's Argent. Oh, they're all like on the bridge.
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy, their dark eyes shining and a slight blush to her cheeks. She is reciting a prayer and looks at you only once she has spoken the final line. Jin, greetings. Tell me about Adeptus
Gladly.
Sororitas.
There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, rogue trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
The Order Pro Natus is not one of the Order's militants, and yet you were trained by it?
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pro Natus could not protect it?
I have no more questions about the sisterhood.
Should any more...
Thank you for the conversation. All right. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumor has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks, and so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. What's this story about Lady Theodora? Rumors of Lady Theodora's presence on the Void Ship has been circulating for a long time and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you, or perhaps it is the influence of the warp. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the Void Ship's shields will not be operating at full capacity. Find the source of the rumors and punish those responsible. I don't want any unnecessary deaths. Lord Captain, as Seneschal Wershian would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire void ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now the unrest must be stopped, and the people returned to their direct duties or replaced. My wishes, Voxmaster, are for the enforcers to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale. Investigate the rumors and find the real culprits, and no violence. I'll see it to it, Lord Captain. Lord Captain, I keep receiving reports about malfunctions among the various ship systems. This time we're dealing with inexplicable temperature fluctuations. Thermal control failures were observed not only in individual compartments but even the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered from burns and frostbite. The tech priests are performing the rites of machine spirit pacification and remain convinced that the issues were caused by the spirits' obstinacy and defiance. Their reports claim the incidents remain well within the scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priest's assurances that only the machine spirits' tempers are to blame are doing nothing to dissuade the ridiculous rumors. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report that the request for the capital world of Von Valancius's dynasty is finally at an end. Dargonus is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captains taking refuge in the orbital docks of Dargonus race to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favor and to make an impression on the rogue trader. Tell Dargonus the rogue trader is coming home. It will be done, Lord Captain. After the connection to the Master Helmsman is cut, the device crackles with Heinrich's voice. Lord Captain, I will be pleased to accompany you during your visit to Draconis, so I can personally introduce Achilles Scalander, a servant of the Golden Throne, who previously attended Lady Theodora on Dargonus. I'm counting on your benevolence. The Vox cast ends with a click. Lord Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magus Tarsus' delegation intends to board our ship and gain an audience with your lordship. This is exactly how they phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with the laity. It is regrettable. Pasqal, Pasqal. I'm not too petty when it comes to these things. I don't care too much. Receive the delegation. They may indeed be here on important business. It will be done, Lord Captain. Requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. A group dressed in the crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pasqal. You note that the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest, clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast acquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture bellies his tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, whom you encountered on Footfall. The enormous tech priest points his hand at Pasqal and lets out a booming roar, not unlike a factory alarm. It makes your very bones vibrate. Herald servo skulls marked with the emblem of the clog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust. Pasqal Hanneman, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest. The hunched servant of Omnissiah turns to you. Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies for would like to inform you of the necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit on the rogue trader's territory. Study the two tech priests of Mars. You identify the rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as a secutor's plated mechanized suit. It carries the imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the tech priest's body, and a painful sounding hiss comes from his vox. The tall tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapon. There is an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over at his fellow, scrutinizing his condition. On what charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world of Kivyagama, and making an attempt on the life of a servant of the Omnissiah. The deafening roar from the tech priest's vox makes you grimace in pain. You touch your ear and notice blood on your fingers. The faulty unit will be removed in the name of the Omnissiah. I condemn you. Lightning flashes across the warrior's armor. Agony resounds in the blare of his Vox alarm. In contrast, Pasqal speaks quietly and coldly. You're malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. The statement is false. Tech brother Tarzus Henneman is willingly undergoing holy torment, deterioration, which, however, does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pasqal Henneman. We have informed that implicates you. Having learned that you are a member of the Retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of rogue trader von Valencius, we have come here with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. Do you have proof that this tech priest is who he claims to be? Confirmed. According to the archive entry 1E99237, Magos Explorator Tarzus Henneman served on, maintained the ship identifier classified in the capacity of a reliquary caretaker. He sustained extensive damage to both the organic and the sacred part of his body in a series of sacrilegious breaches of the right of operation, an assassination attempt. Owing a statistically fortunate coincidence, by the Omnissiah's grace, enough of his operational capacity was preserved for him to don a Goliath model sacred battle harness, which would preserve his vital functionality. Archive entry personally data sealed by the captain of the identifier classified. Why is that classified? The sound from the tech priest's vox is like the moan of a bending steel beam, a servo skull declares. For vengeance I thirst as I tread the path of vengeance, following a blasphemous miscreant bloody tracks. Analysis of the security system showed that the assassins, heretics, infiltrated the reliquary using Tech Brother Tarzus' unique identification code. Someone had stolen duplicated Brother Tarzus' identity, which is a Grade 3 transgression, and the unit making the allegedly criminal claim of being Pasqal Henneman is known to have previously entered the stolen code. Wait a minute. What is happening on Kiaba Gamma? That planet belongs to me. According to Vox interception data, the planet's fabricator sensor made incorrect blasphemous modifications to manufacture and working procedures, which qualifies it as a lapse into sacrilege. The Adeptus Mechanicus are hereby officially notifying House von Valencius of having commenced an investigation into operation to remove Fabricator Sensus Cubus Delphim. Estimated time to procedure completion 3.7 solar years. Our data suggests that the unit which used Magus Explorator Henneman's identification code performed an unauthorized upgrade on the planetary Vox array and introduced data deemed to be scrap code into its operation. This fact points to this unit's criminal complicity with the heretic Cubus Delphim. What do you have to say to this, Pasqal? Pasqal replies firmly, his vox crackling with a hint of indignation. I deny these charges. I never plotted against my tech comrade. My cognitive purity vows were never distorted. My unique identification code was never stolen. I am the true Magus Explorer Henneman, and I am not guilty. The tech priest's deep, guttural roar blends with the servo skull's high-pitched whine. False witness! I'm not handing Pascal over to you unless I see evidence. Let us get to the bottom of this matter together. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Tarzus gives you a haughty look and lets out a howl of wrath. Archiving. Tech Brother Tarzus opposes lay participation in the investigation. Search for the truth. The unit, Opticon 22, advises in favor of the House Von Valencius representatives' participation request. Pasqal has accompanied me on my travels for a while now, and I can swear to it that he is no criminal. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarzus' consent to the co-participation of representatives of the Von Valencius dynasty in the investigation proceedings. A sacrilege conspiracy. I refuse to help from laypersons. I am a cog of the Deus Machinus that grinds down corruption, and I will carry out the sentence immediately. Will you now? Pasqal freezes, but green sparks light up in his visor. He extends a hand toward Tarzus and replies in a clanging voice, "Let the cycle be discontinued." You realize Pascal's words are coming from both his own Vox and Tarzus's. Then every sensor on the executioner's battle harness lights up at once, blindingly, and the wounded armored Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention! Priority notification. Service units of Kappa Thread Supply Line are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command, retreat, and reinitiate negotiations.
Performing target selection ritual. My vow is to serve. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The omniscient probability analysis successful.
If I must.
Oh, it's the guitar. Oh, dude.
Ruin beckons.
Purpose guides me. I need no guidance.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I think 2 squares back should cover it.
Doubt is for the weak.
Should have done one more.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deed.
I will. Death shall reign.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh, I want that. Wait, what? Oh my god, they annihilated Pasqal.
Get me a target. For the throne's glory. Let's see to it.
But of course, Lord Captain.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
High momentum.
I'll do it. Power resides in the will of the righteous. For you, my Emperor!
Victory is imminent. It will be done. At your beck and call. It will be done. I will do my duty.
This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. I am not your Zeus pet, monkey. If it serves your cause.
The Inquisition sends their regards.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Purpose guides me. One step closer.
It will be done. One fewer time. We'll rule the stars themselves. Indeed. Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust. It will be done. Follow my lead. I took care of this one. I will do. Reduce to dust.
Oh my god, it's a monster, dude. Requesting cessation of hostilities. Pasqal, what did you do to Tarsus? Pascal's confused reply comes over his vox in a rasp. Unable to fulfill request, the Omnissiah granted me an epiphany, and I muted the maimed machine spirit that was filling Tarsus's mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Rykard Minoris, where I appealed to the machine spirit of the malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. Help your brother. The unit that called itself Tarsus Henneman is dead, has been disabled. This material asset is beyond restoration or reuse as spare parts. After a pause, Pasqal bows his head and a binary requiem pours out of his vox. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnissiah. I am sorry that you had to kill a comrade. I also regret have a negative assessment of this event. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accuse the unit identifying itself as Pasqal Henneman of a criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarsus, I am not authorized to immediately execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. There are no apostates among us. The piercing voice of the Vox synth is more overwhelming than Tarsus's thunderous roar. Tech Brother Tarsus and the machine spirit that lived in his battle harness succumbed to the suffering of that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare them martyrs and am requisitioning Tarsus Henneman's neural augmetic for the purpose of preserving his blessed memory. As astonished tech priests look on, Pasqal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augmetics from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Whatever you just did, it's working. Keep going. I'm good. I'm just gonna say listen in silence. With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony of your tech brother Tarzus was in. His unbridled pain spurred faith, intimidated you. Yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voices to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had emerged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is the true path to knowledge, yet the procedural cycle that has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. There is a clang as Opticon 22's knee presses into the floor. Crimson hooded heads are bowed. Let the cycle be discontinued. The radiant light pouring out of Pascal's visor grows dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, tech comrades. Now that the conflict has been resolved, you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Thread supply line delegation is leaving Dargonis, expresses gratitude for the hospitality ceasefire, and proclaims its intent to return to Footfall to resume performing its regular functions. The tech priest looks over at Pasqal as if waiting for something. Pascal's mechadendrite briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully.
I am at your service.